All right, I'll call this a universal truth, and that is music makes everything better. Our local nonprofit, Music Columbus, has long been dedicated to ensuring that music finds its way into everyone's lives. And this month, our friends at Revision, LASIK, and Cataract have chosen to amplify their efforts as part of their Revision Gives Back initiative. So Paige York back to share more along today with Bruce Garfield and Hope Salah Tai of Music Columbus. It is so great to have you all here.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
All right, Paige, before we get into the music, we always like to talk about something that Revision does for our community. And one of the things that's very popular, very common now almost, right, is LASIK. And it is something that many people look into, research, right? They want to find out more. So what should people know about that type of procedure?
Sure. LASIK has been around for over 25 years. It is a safe, effective procedure that changes people's lives in a very easy, quick, painless way, and it gives them freedom to be able to be less dependent on glasses. I personally had LASIK done 25 years ago and it's been life-changing. It affords me that freedom to not be tethered by glasses or contacts, and is even cost-saving because of that. I'm able to wear sunglasses during the summer, which is just a really big deal to have that visual freedom.
Absolutely.
But it's a very safe, effective procedure. Of course, there's certain criteria that needs to be met, and that's where coming in for one of our complimentary consultations is really beneficial.
And if somebody, maybe they looked into it a decade ago, maybe they were told they weren't a candidate, and you talk about that, it's been around a long time. Is that something that they should come back in? Could they be a candidate now if they perhaps were not before?
Absolutely, and it may be a different procedure type. So we encourage people, and whether you have an optometrist or another eye care professional making the recommendation, you don't need one, but you could come in and have an evaluation and let our doctors tell you what you may be a candidate for, because there's so many different options available now that maybe weren't available then. The biggest thing we're always looking at is the safety and making sure that we are doing no harm to patients. And that's really our concern, is to make sure we're going to make the best impact in their vision long term.
Absolutely. You want to make everyone's vision better. You also want to help elevate, as we always talk about every month, our community nonprofits. There are so many incredible people doing great things. Bruce, you know this very well, right? You've been with Music Columbus for quite
7 years.
Time. Yeah, 7 years. And you guys have made such an impact here in those 7 years. First of all, talk about your mission, Bruce. What it is that you created this to begin with. What were your efforts aimed at?
We wanted to, one, have music be the vehicle for people to make a living at it and lift the cultural and economics of Columbus in general. It's all pretty well tied together. Yeah,
it definitely is. And I know NBC4 has been your partner for a while on your donation drive, and this has been super successful, okay? It's called the Gift of Music Instrument Drive. And you just sent us some numbers, Bruce, recently to talk about just how many people have been impacted by this. Can you share that with us?
Well, thousands of young people, whether they're public schools, charter schools, Ronald McDonald House, Guitars Not Guns, have been given instruments, and they'll last forever, so they recirculate. So if there's 6,000 students this year, there'll be 6,000 the following year.
Awesome.
So we're in the thousands of instruments, and the numbers are pretty extraordinary. We never realized it would be, north of $500,000.
Yeah, this is incredible, and I just want to say the value of it, even just this year, is close to $56,000 in instruments. So we cannot undervalue the fact that now kids are getting instruments in their hands, maybe too, that would never have had that opportunity. And I know that's what you strive to do.
In fact, Hope has been working with one of the schools that didn't have a music program, and by virtue of giving them the instruments, they started a program. Maybe Hope would like to speak about that a little bit.
Yeah, Hope, I love this. Yeah, tell us about it.
We've had a couple different charter schools in the area that did not have music programs prior to our Gift of Music Instrument Drive. And so one of them started a band program a few years ago because of the drive. And another one was able to start a strings program. And they actually have their very first concert at the end of this summer.
Oh my gosh, how exciting is that? And I know that we were just talking about how you are a product of the Earn As You Learn scholarship, another part, or internship, another part of this. Can you talk about that initiative and just how it impacted your life?
Yes, so I was Music Columbus's intern through their Earn As You Learn program in 2023. And I loved the work that they did so much that I basically begged them to let me stay on as a part-time employee, and then eventually was hired on full-time. And I'm now running a few programs, including the Gift of Music Instrument Drive.
I feel like it wasn't a hard sell, Bruce. Can you tell? Right?
No,
She says, I begged you to keep me on.
Fabulous crew, and Hope is a fabulous addition to it.
Or if somebody is out there too and they want to donate still, they can anytime. They can donate monetarily, right, Bruce? This is something, the Gift of Music, that goes on throughout. You are always looking for donations.
The site is giftofmusic.info.
Okay.
And so it's been whether you don't have to have an instrument, you can put money towards the purchase of one. So that's operative all year long.
Okay, great. And then I want to talk about another program you have, Better Together Music Incubator Program, right? And this one sounds really cool. Hope, do you want to tell us about this and how it really helps kind of the next steps for musicians?
Yeah, so our incubator program, we select 10 musicians that apply to this program every year, and we give them workshops, like a photo session, we record videos, and just show them and present ways how they can be really move their career along in music, and especially in the Columbus community. So yeah.
All right, and then there's also Music Monday workshops. Bruce, these are free, right? So come on.
We don't charge anything for any of our programs. We absorb the costs fully. Music Monday was designed to educate the local music community and engage them on how the business works. So we'll have speakers from Spotify, performing rights societies, record labels, agents. Come in, we fly them all, coach, and they don't get a fee for speaking, but they'll come in and speak to the community. In fact, we just had one with some experts. We call it the Ultimate Music Blindfold Test. We put it out to the community, submit a song. We pick out of 100 entrants, one song by 20 artists. No one's told whose songs are going to get played. It's played, and then these experts review it and give it positive criticism, or say
constructive.
Feedback.
We'll say constructive, right? This is all about really engaging in the music community and making it really what it should be. I mean, we have so much talent here in Columbus, so it's awesome to see. Again, Revision gives back, helping elevate this, so we appreciate it all. MusicColumbus.com if you want to learn more about that. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.